Do you think he's betting on himself?
The way you saying it, bro, like this is the first time I've heard it in this kind of way, to bet on yourself.
Is he betting on himself, bro?
Like Dak Prescott to bet on himself and go get that goddamn contract.
He's betting on himself, but he's betting on himself to fail. So I mean, you can't hate on it.
Yes, I can. I can definitely hit on this. My God.
We might just get hit with the Rico.
You don't be juking niggas out either?
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
No.
You know,
all he do is stiff arm people.
Oh, okay.
When have you ever seen Derrick Henry juke somebody out? Like, I don't doubt that he can, but he doesn't. Like, he probably can juke out, like, I don't know, like a lineman or something, but he's not the most. It's hard to be agile when you 6'4", 200, whatever, 250 pounds.
So you gonna give credit to the dancer gorilla nigga?
He's not agile. He's just weird.
That nigga not agile? That nigga be moving.
He's moving, but he's staying in one place when you do all the weird movements.
Oh, this nigga hate him so bad. I get it though.
Do you enjoy him? Do you watch his videos?
No, I don't. I enjoy your hatred for the nigga. And anytime I can bring,
dislike him vehemently.
Good enough for me. I ain't going hold you. Oh shit. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast. The only podcast, quite literally, when I mean quite literally, we do something different every single day. Every single day. That's a new button. I ain't gonna lie to you. And
you be on the Dr. Umar videos too much.
Hey,
donation.
And while we at it, link in the bio.
Donation.
Ah, that shit's crazy.
Donations.
All right, nigga, I'm tired. I can't let that nigga go too far, bro. The nigga be talking way too
he would have been going for like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
I want to know how many donations he got the day he did that.
I don't know, but somebody gifted him like $10 or $5. He said, "Hey, we appreciate you. Next time, make it 20." I'm like, whoa.
Low key, I get it though.
All right, okay, now don't bite the hand that's feeding you, my nigga. Shit crazy. Hey, before we start introducing ourselves, I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to do a Who Did It Better NBA edition. This is a new topic that's not going to be recurring because I'm not going to do this every week, but we do something different every single week. So this started off interview edition. Jax, have you been, I don't know if you've been seeing this thread of things circulating. What's the most out of pocket interview you ever heard?
I seen that tweet. I haven't clicked on the quotes.
Perfect. Cause friend of the pod, Bob Costas, interviewing 18-year-old LeBron James. Let me go ahead and share this goddamn screen. This just goes to show you, man, of how far we came as a community. Because this was quite literally out of pocket. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, let me know if you can hear it.
Paul Silas is one of the most respected.
You hear it?
Yeah.
I bet.
Respected figures in the NBA. He happens to be a black man, but that's not the key point. He's not just any black guy. He's a fatherly type figure. He's been around the league for a long time. He's highly respected. You grew up without a father. Your biological father was not in the picture.
Okay.
It was to me not coincidental that Paul Silas was the choice to coach a team that would soon have LeBron James.
You know, growing up, I grew up with a mother. And my mother was my mother and my father. And now, you know, I have the thing that not growing up without a father never really put me down to where I couldn't reach my potential. And now that I'm moving on to Coach Silas, hopefully he's going to be a good father figure to me on the court, off the court, and a good coach on the court.
What sometimes happens to people who become very successful in athletics or entertainment, if they have a parent whom they haven't known throughout their life or they've disappeared, that parent resurfaces when the fame and the money comes in. First of all, do you know your biological father's whereabouts?
No, not really. But I'm not really even concentrating on that because I really have my father and my mother all tied up in one. And that's Gloria James. I don't, at this point, I don't really need nobody else.
Good bob and weave.
And there have been various stories that your biological father may be in prison. He may, in fact, be dead. He may have been shot some 10 years ago. Do you have a curiosity about that?
No, that never really crosses my brain because the friends and family that I have now is awesome. I couldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him in for the world. And when I'm with my friends all the time, that takes my mind off everything. And another thing, when I step on that hardwood, that's like another home for me too. So I'm in a whole nother zone.
So if this guy is still around, then eventually he shows up. Have you thought about how that might go?
No, I never really thought about it.
You feel like it's not part of your life?
No.
Dog, we get it.
My life is in the right direction right now, and nothing is going to change it.
Oh man, look,
Like he kept going. Like he wouldn't let up. Like
nigga said shot, killed. Hey, my nigga, this is crazy. Now, did he do it better, or did David Stern, friend of the show, do it better?
how did David Stern, a friend of the show from the afterlife?
Absolutely. Like and subscribe. That's all I got to tell you, brother.
Was the fix in for the lottery?
I have two answers for that. I'll give you the easy one. No, and a statement. Shame on you for asking.
I understand why you would say that to me, and I wanted to preface it by saying it respectfully. I think it's my job to ask because I think people wonder.
No, it's ridiculous, but that's okay.
I know that you think it's ridiculous, but I don't think the question is ridiculous because I know people think that. I'm not saying that I do, but I think it's my job to ask you that.
Have you stopped beating your wife yet?
Yeah, I don't know if that's fair.
Why is that?
Was the fix in?
Hey, so my long-winded ass answer and question: who did it better, man? Who did it better?
Like what do you mean? Who did it better? Like
Who did this? Who did this interview better? Which one were you just like, yo, this is who was more out of pocket? Bob Costas or David Stern?
Like David Stern's remarks were like, I don't think it was like he was going crazy on David Stern, so David was just like, you know what? Let me ask the question. That question is never out of pocket. If you an abuser, that question is never out of pocket. So I guess Bob Costas, he just wouldn't stop at like, okay, you didn't have a dad. Yes, I understand. Is he in jail? I don't know. Are you like, bro? Stop asking me about him. I don't.
Do you have a plan for when he comes back? If he comes back,
like, is this coach? He's going to be your father, right? Like, no, that's not how any of this works. Leave me alone.
This is not.
You know how many other NBA players have been without dads, bro? Like, ask them that shit. Like,
this is not just any black man. This is a good black man. Are you prepared for him to be your father? Like, this is the persistence of Bob Costas.
He wouldn't let. I was like, Robert, what the fuck?
Oh shit. Oh man. Now, before we get into our next question, because I knew you had one. Just wanted to let the new viewers and subscribers, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, following, seeing what this is about. A podcast for a podcast for casuals. I'm your host, Greg Goods.
I'm your host, Jackson.
This is the Play for Keeps podcast. Jax, take it away. I know you had a question too.
Oh, it's just sort of like a simple question, just for you. Just what would it take for somebody, or what would it take for you to make a whole album dissing somebody?
A whole album?
A whole album dissing somebody. What would it take? What would they have to do to you? Because I done seen all this Future and Drake stuff, and I done listened to the album. I like the album. And the diss, like Kendrick, he dissed Drake. I hope it was cool and all that. Like, I liked it. But like that whole album dissing Drake, that album's like 1 hour and like 17. How long is that album? The album is called We Don't Trust You, and that album is 1 hour long. 60 minutes of hating on somebody. What would it take for them to do that? What would it take for you to do that?
Not gonna lie, you would have to fuck my bitch, and I would have to really like be locked. I would have to really be locked in. Like I would actually like it would have to be my wife or something. Like, you know, you would have to do like along those lines for me to have a whole album.
Oh, entire album called "We Don't Trust You."
Because Metro Boomin was going crazy on these beats.
Nah, it was crazy. He whatever Drake did, he did that shit. Whatever Drake did, he did that shit, bro.
You saw that it was like, hey, yo, Metro was dissing that nigga too on like that.
Bro, all the beats.
yo, that shit, and then type shit. I was like, yo, this nigga Metro, this nigga Metro out this goddamn mind. Drake, whatever you did it.
He hates that man, and like I respect it. But then he got Future hating Drake too. Rick Ross. I'm just like,
I'm surprised about Rick. I was like, oh,
I was surprised about Future, but apparently it's about a girl and all that. And then they said Drake he invited one of Rick Ross's baby mamas or like his ex girl to like the concert and everything. It's like, oh, okay, I see why people hate you now.
Oh, this was after it got dropped, or
yeah.
I need my past like exes to like lock in though. Like I would like don't encourage me though. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Don't clout chase.
Yeah.
For what, man? Nah. Well, I mean, what would it take for you? I feel like it would take a little bit more for you. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. That's a lot. Like an hour of music. That's a lot of effort to hate on somebody.
You had to really be disturbed.
Yeah, bro. You have to. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You have to like slap my mom or something like that. I don't know. Like I can't like. They like them because that album is like 17 or 20 songs, something like that. You know they made way more songs than that. Like
they definitely have some throwaways of like
that's so much. And then the title of the album, "We Don't Trust You." Throughout the album, it's a whole bunch of like interviews saying, "Oh man, we don't listen to that whack shit you do." Like they put a lot of effort into it. You got Kendrick Lamar calling nigga, he's nigga bum. Like,
hey, it was a quality album.
Yeah, no, it's a great album.
A great album. My album I was looking forward to. And it still kind of exceeded my expectations a little bit. I'm like,
hatred really inspires people. Never forget that. Always succeed in spite of somebody.
Yeah, man. Doing it for personal growth? The fuck?
Why would I want to grow as a person? It's
ew.
Yuck.
Ew, brother.
But anyways, we have an exorbitant amount of topics.
Yes, we do.
So for our first topic, I'm just gonna throw it up to Greg because first topic is March Madness. And full disclaimer, I do not be watching college basketball. I be trying, and I just be like, man, they suck. And I turn on something else. So Greg, please tell me, why should I care about March Madness?
I feel like the easy answer is that our city is still playing. That's the only answer I could give you that would make you even think about it. And even then, that you probably wouldn't tune in until the Final Four.
This place is not my city. I'm not from here.
Hey, look, it is what it is. But honestly, if I'm being completely honest, like, of course, the women's bracket, you're not going to hear a lot of hoopla until the Elite Eight and Final Four. Because women's March Madness is like men's March Madness back in the day. Not a lot of upsets. You kind of already know who's coming out these first two rounds. And they have home court advantage. They can play at home. Iowa's playing at Iowa. Like they're playing in their home court, at least for the first two rounds. Because, revenue, money. You think they just want to send them off to... You think they finna send a regular not WNBA, Stanford?
Yeah,
they're gonna send them to New York and they're gonna have a big ass crowd at MSG. It's just not gonna happen, yo. It's
fair enough.
So, but once Elite Eight comes through, Sweet 16, I think Sweet 16 is where they start, going where they need to go. So you still got some time for that. For the men, I ain't gonna lie. Unless you really into hoops like that,
Yeah.
it's just not a lot of notable names for you to just be like, okay, I'm locked in to see like how this nigga does highlights or whatever. Like you're just not gonna. It's just not gonna be your vibe. And I can get that, and I can understand that, and I respect that. Like Zach Edey's not gonna move the needle for you, respectfully. He's a good player though. He's improved, but he ain't
What are
improved.
some of the things that you've seen in March Madness?
You said what?
What are some of the things you've seen in March Madness?
I think I ain't gonna lie to you. As much credit that they be giving Jamal Shead, I think he's still a little underrated, if I'm being honest. Like I think offense and defense, I don't know. I always had a preconceived notion that Marcus Sasser was gonna be better, like the better guard out of the two. And I think Jamal.
I think Sasser good.
I think Sasser's good too.
Oh, you just
I just think Jamal Shead will be a better NBA player. Now, granted, this nigga Sasser plays for the Detroit.
I was gonna say we don't know how good Sasser's gonna be playing.
I want to make that abundantly clear. And that nigga Quentin Grimes is there. God bless their hearts.
Man.
Hey, Troy Reaver and Monty Williams. They doing irreparable damage right now.
I'm surprised I'm surprised they're still like coaching. Like they haven't been fired.
Yo.
But I don't even think they have the worst record in the NBA no more. Isn't it the Wizards now?
It's like either the Wizards or the Hornets. Like the Detroit Pistons low key, once they got out that little historical ass losing slump, they started winning a few games here and there. But you gotta understand, they got talent. It's just they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to fucking use it. But other than that, from a March Madness perspective, like Kentucky lost in the first round. So like even I was gonna sell you on, hey, look, Rob Dillingham, he nice with it. It's nice. He not in that bitch. I'm sorry. Texas A&M is out. Yeah, there's just a lot of teams. I mean, unless you want to see celebs, no, it's just not. Nah. So, like I said, just sit tight. So probably like I say, Elite Eight for the women because Iowa and LSU would have to play each other, and the winner would probably play the other side of the bracket, which is probably gonna be South Carolina. A rematch of women throwing hands would kind of be a little, Cardoso spinning the block. So that, and then the men, you already know how the men's going. Hey, respectfully, you know how this is going to end.
Yeah,
you're not going to watch it for real, and that's okay.
But you were bringing up women's basketball, and it reminded me. This isn't even on our docket, but I remember seeing it, and I wanted to ask you about it. Have you seen the whole Big Three Caitlin Clark thing?
I sure did.
And so if you guys didn't know, it's got leaked somehow that the Big Three, which is Ice Cube's 3-on-3 basketball league, none of those words are in the Bible. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. But the Big Three's Ice Cube's 3-on-3 basketball league. And they offered Caitlin Clark, who's the leading just bucket getter in college basketball history. They offered her a $5 million contract to play in the Big Three. And I believe the Big Three, it's only like 10 games total, and she'll still be able to play in the WNBA. And if I'm Caitlin Clark, bro, if that number is real, that's something you low-key just you got to take that. It's $5 million right there.
Yeah. The only problem that I could probably see is the fact that it's not going to be during the WNBA offseason. So they would have to figure out, okay, like she would low-key would probably like find herself missing an actual WNBA game in the process of doing this.
Like, well, one thing I don't know too much about it, but is it only, or you might not know either, but it's only like $5 million for one season, or like I don't know how they're doing that. I'm
assuming it's gonna be for this one season. And I was looking at, I don't know what the schedule is for them right now. I was looking at last year's schedule, and it was like June. It starts in June, ends in August. And in my mind, I'm like, low key, the WNBA draft is in May, and them niggas start in June. And the champion, and if you was to make it all the way to the playoffs and go win a championship in the WNBA, it's the last week of August. going into September. So she gonna be doing a lot of bouncing around for sure. It's just a matter of if 5 million is gonna be worth it or not. People keep talking about these goddamn game checks. Like, oh, she only gonna make 72,000 her first year. You don't think she's making millions or like a million?
She's definitely making more. She's making more than 72,000 right now. Like she got Nike billboards, bro. What are we doing?
I appreciate the jokes because there's one nigga was like, hey, yo, you better get ready to cook Brandon Rush. Like, I get it. The memes are funny. Well, yo, she got money. I promise you she got money. It's just a matter of if she wants to do that. You've been hearing about these old niggas, though?
What they're getting, the
I'm talking about like the NBA, the old NBA niggas that happen to be
in the big three
or used to play in the big three.
They're all like, oh, we finna lock her up and all that, huh?
She not scoring a point. She not scoring a basket.
No, the moment Steven Jackson gets cooked by her, like step back three, like I can see it happening. Or Rashad McCants getting crossed up.
That weak ass crown. I'm not look. Look, bro. Caitlin Clark gonna cook somebody.
Yeah.
All y'all not good enough. I'm sorry. Y'all don't know what to do with a little step back. They
didn't step back in their day.
That's witchcraft to y'all. Nate Robinson was giving y'all fits. I don't know what the fuck. Caitlin Clark a different breed, bro.
Even if she can't go in the basket to get physical because these are like older, larger, grown men. Even if she's not able to drive, she'll still outshoot all of y'all. So it don't even matter.
They gotta make a different point line for this girl.
That's something the big three would do. Just because it's a big three, they for sure would add a 4-point line.
Yo, if I'm Caitlin, I'd take it, and it's good business for the big three to do this because there's gonna be more people watching this shit.
Yeah,
I would tune in to watch this shit at least one time. Now, once it gets boring, you lose me, and you lose me for life. That's just kind of how that goes. I'm not spinning the block, but that one day, it's the summer, nigga. Ain't no basketball going on. Look, you competing with the Olympics though, so good luck with that
this year.
Good luck.
People will care.
Good luck with that. You got too many people that love Simone Biles. It's gonna be like, hey, nigga. That's what I'm just saying. But
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
If I'm Caitlin, I'm taking that check. And besides, like, I'll take that check and be like, even if it is during the WNBA season, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to just maybe relax, draft me next year. I don't know, draft me, just stash me somewhere. Like, let me get this $5 million and then I'll be back.
Nah, like, draft me right now. I'm gonna be the best of both worlds. Cause what the fuck she finna do in between? It's 10 games.
I don't know, vibe. You got $5 million. Just do what you want.
Nah. It's too much. Nah. She need to go ahead and get drafted. Do both. But yeah.
Which is probably what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, as long as the commissioner don't do nothing stupid. Yeah. Whoa. Contractually. Chill, brother. Treat this shit like the Drew League. Man, shout out to Chris Paul, man. He just finds a way to just, get into it with the refs. I thought it was just Scott Foster, but apparently Tony Brothers ejected that man within the last 30 seconds of a basketball game, mainly because Chris Paul uttered the words, you're a TikToker to Tony Brothers. And then got teed up. And then after that said, yo, you got too much power. I got him in second tee. He was out of there. And then he decides to go on Instagram, IG story, and, upload or post something about, Tony Brothers TikTok. You know what I mean? He had a little TikTok. He had a little interview uttering the words, I don't really like basketball like that, along those lines. And whatever Chris Paul did, or whatever media nigga did it, just had him looping Tony Brothers saying, I don't even like basketball like that, 10 to 15 times. Now, Jax, I know you have nothing to say about this, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how petty was this of Chris Paul to do?
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like 7.5. But I do have a question for you.
Absolutely.
Regarding all who do the refs hate more, Chris Paul or Draymond?
Oh, it's most definitely Chris Paul. It's most definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't know.
I don't even think it's close. I just think they appreciate. Like, I think they hate Chris Paul more because it's just harder to eject this nigga. Like, it's just like he's just too intertwined within the NBA. Like with Draymond, they make it really easy to. Hey, if we don't like this, hey, get this nigga out of here, yo. You make our jobs really easy to get your bitch ass up out of here.
I feel like that's why they. I feel like that's why they like Chris Paul more, because it's easier to just it's easier to get Draymond out of there. So like I don't know, like Draymond sort of.
I think it's ref by ref basis because you can't tell me that Scott Foster hates Draymond more than Chris Paul. That nigga hates Chris Paul more.
Yeah, they're sort of arch nemesis.
Yeah,
they're sort of arch nemesis. But who do you think Steph hates more, Draymond or Chris Paul?
Oh, that's tough, actually, because morally, like, I think he has a love-hate relationship with Loki. If we talking about recent, I'm gonna say Draymond, because what that nigga did yesterday had that nigga Steph insanely pissed. I ain't never seen this nigga.
It had
look like
Steph
this
in literal tears.
Getting ejected within the first 4 seconds, or not 4 seconds, but whatever. Look at this man.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, Draymond, he got ejected within like the first 2 minutes of a basketball game, and it literally reduced Steph to tears.
That nigga was upset.
Number 23, Draymond Green, and he is ejected from the game.
Actual literal tears. And these aren't tears of anger. I mean these aren't tears of sadness. These are tears of anger. Because he's probably so fed up with Draymond. Draymond's done all this stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
Draymond's done all this stuff. He's been suspended by the NBA multiple times, like suspended and came back. Nothing has changed, bro. I think Steph is just like
this year, this season.
Not like a couple of months ago. When did he come back? Did he come
like February?
Oh, like he came back this year, right?
First week of February or some shit, or even maybe it was late January. Like he got reinstated, but they like allowed him 2 weeks to like re-get his conditioning or whatever. Like it's been bad.
Very bad. Like I can't. You just understand. Like Steph is probably so fresh. Like yes, he's happy he got the 4 chips and everything, but like he probably still wants to compete. But like just the way the team is set up now, like Clay, he's sort of falling off. But at least he fell off. But at least he's like a manageable personality. Draymond, he's gotten worse, and like I feel like his antics have gotten worse. Like he just be loud and yelling and hitting people. It's just like
old man yells at cloud. Yes,
literally.
Nah, but like we talk about the 4 chips, but we have to be honest with ourselves that Steph, like Draymond, robbed Steph Curry of at least 2 championships.
What do you? I mean, I know he did the LeBron thing where he got suspended and they ended up the Cavs ended up winning. But what other championship?
Nigga, he quite literally is the reason why Kevin Durant is not a Golden State Warrior.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like that right there is at least another chip. If we're just being bare minimum, because I could argue that it could be a little 2 or 3 more, but at least 1.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
I was looking back at like some of the stuff that was happening during that time. There was 5 people on the court, last minute possession. Steph Curry, Clay, Iguodala, KD. Draymond is getting the ball, going down court, coast to coast, and trying to chuck up a 3 when you have so many other options.
Yeah, I don't.
And then call KD a bitch afterwards for not fucking with that game plan that I don't think anybody would fuck with outside of Draymond. I don't know. That's insane.
Draymond is just, I don't know. He's a very odd type. I feel like him and Steph's relationship is probably very, very, very weird right now.
Like I think he love and hate this nigga at the same time, but like
I feel like the hate sort of outweighing it more now. Like off the court, he's probably like love Draymond, but just on the court, he's just like, I can't believe this man, bro.
But he loves him too much to like have management get this nigga out of here. Because if he didn't love him as much as he probably did, nigga would have been out of here.
Yeah,
you got $100 million contract because of your relationship with Steph Curry, buddy.
Do you think I've seen people on the internet, so they're not really real people, but people have been like, this is sort of Steph's fault because he doesn't like, he sort of enables it. He doesn't like put his foot down and be like, hey, Draymond, stop this shit or else. Like, do you think there's some validity to that?
No, it's a grown ass man.
Yeah, but Steph is the
grown ass man at that. Why are we giving light skinned grown ass men responsibility to calm down Draymond fucking Green? You know who the fuck Steph Curry is. It's not like one of these things where, okay, like, who is a good example of a nigga that's vocal but is good? That's very rare. Fuck.
Vocal but good.
Damn. Like, okay, like as much as we talk about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
he's probably vocal. He's pretty vocal. If Jimmy Butler had somebody that was doing something in Miami, but he's used to being vocal, but he's just not talking about this nigga at all, that's one thing. Steph Curry has been the same nigga through and through. The problem is it's a management issue. It's a front office issue. Stop allowing these owners and GMs to get away with bullshit. They could have cut this shit out a long time ago. Y'all gave that nigga $100 million after punching another nigga. You trade the nigga that got punched and said, yo, Draymond, 4 years, 100 mil. 4 years. Nigga in his mid-30 with a 4-year contract. That is not Steph Curry's fault, man. I'm sorry. Y'all cannot blame. Y'all can never make me like, and I don't be fucking with this nigga Curry to that degree, but I'm just like, yo, enough is enough. That is front office. That is 100% front office.
I do get what you're saying, but I feel like Steph still holds just a little bit of the blame because he just like Steph Curry is the Warriors, quite literally.
Yeah,
he could start like if he went to Draymond and said stop all this shit right now, he could, and I think Draymond would because he had to respect it because it's Steph Curry. He's the Warriors. He could if he wanted you out of here, you'd be out of here.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's like. If it's really frustrating him to the point of tears, like in the video, then like, hey, I probably would have been done that. But like, lock in, bro. We can't keep doing this. Like,
but one could argue that Draymond being Draymond is the reason why they have 4 chips. One could argue that. Now, his production has dropped off and his antics have risen, and that's where the problem happens. But at the end of the day, I feel like you are who you are. You're not magically changing who the fuck you are at 34, my nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just, pretty set in his ways. Curry said, "Hey, yo, lock in. All right, I got you, Steph. I got you." That nigga going on that court.
Yeah.
Didn't they say this nigga went to counseling?
Yeah, like he did all that counseling and therapy and blah blah. Oh, I'm a change man. You still the same dude. It's cool, bro. You ain't gotta lie.
Didn't this nigga say I was threatening retirement? That's what I was trying to tell you back then. A nigga like David Stern would have been like, all right, go ahead, nigga, go. Go. That was saying, like, yo, sometimes you gotta let a nigga, you gotta call a nigga bluff sometimes. They not calling that nigga Draymond bluff. I would have been saying, hey, yo, check out, man. Take the time you need. You pissing me off.
Nah, that's real. And that's facts, too.
But I get what you're saying. Like, of course, like, the best player on the team, like, they have power. Because if Curry really wanted Jordan Poole to stay, he would have said, hey, yo, keep that nigga. So I get it. But it's a grown-ass man from Michigan.
Yeah.
That nigga close to Flint. ain't no saving that nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, maybe there is nothing Steph could do. It is what it is, man.
Literally. Because who gonna box this nigga? Nobody.
Over under on how many more? Do you know how many games left? Actually, no. It don't even matter. Over under on number of technicals Draymond get before the end of the season.
before the end of the season.
Yeah, and I'm saying over under on 4.
Under 2.
2.
It's like 12 games left. If he gets more than 4, he needs to get out the fucking league. I'm sorry.
Because he just ran up 2 like that. Bro. I think he can get 4.
He probably could. With Draymond being Draymond, he'll naturally get 2 within the next 12. Like if he was on his best behavior, he gonna get 2. Just like Dylan Brooks did that first game where he like accidentally like set a pick wrong and it looked crazy, but because it's the Dylan Brooks tax, they just give him the take anyway. Like we don't like you. We don't really. They'll do the same thing for Draymond.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, we're speaking about over unders and stuff, and I really said that so we could talk about this next player. And y'all may not know who he is because I ain't know who he was until it just happened. But Jontay Porter,
real nigga,
is he the younger or older brother?
Younger, 1 year younger.
He's a younger brother of Michael Porter Jr., who played for the Nuggets championship. Michael Porter Jr. is good. But in Jontay Porter, he's not very good, unfortunately. It'd be like that sometimes. But he's currently under investigation by the NBA because of some mysterious like prop bets that have been going on in like his name. And you might think, who the hell is placing bets on Jontay Porter? And you're correct. But let me share my screen real fast so I can just read the excerpt. This is from ESPN. Shout out the worldwide leader. It said on March 20th in the game against the Suns, Porter played 3 minutes before leaving the game due to an illness. He didn't score. He attempted and he missed 1 shot and he had 2 rebounds. And Sportsbooks had its over and under at 7.5 points and 5.5 rebounds. He, of course, he didn't make those numbers. And the next day, DraftKings, they said that its users, that his bets on Porter were the number 1 moneymaker for the night in the NBA. Bets on Jontay Porter was the number 1 moneymaker. And then in another game against the Clippers, his stats were set at 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. And he played only 4 minutes of that game, and he left because he re-aggravated an eye injury. And he didn't make any of his bets, so the under hit on all of those. And that was another. He was also reported for being the number 1 moneymaker on that night as well. So, do you think he did that? Do you think he's doing it on purpose? Do you think he's betting on himself?
Yo, but like the way you saying it, bro, like this is the first time I've heard it in this kind of way, to bet on yourself.
Is he betting on himself, bro? Like
Dak Prescott to bet on himself and go get that goddamn contract. This kind of
he's betting on himself, but he's betting on himself to fail. So I mean, I'm not. You can't hate on it.
Yes, I can. I can definitely hate on this. My God, like if he was betting his overs, I might have a little hot take for you. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, hey, nigga, and Michael Jordan probably did the same thing. He was but you betting to be ass.
But like, I feel like it's a lot of self-awareness because he already knows he's trash. So he's like, you know what? I'm trash. My numbers is already like my betting numbers is already low. I can just not hit these hoes because he knows he's not going to be in the NBA.
He's doing a bad job at that. You saw that video I sent you. Nigga accidentally made a 3-pointer.
When he made that, his face, he looked so concerned. Like you would have thought like some mafia people had his family like tied up in a basement or something. Like he looked so worried when he made that 3. I was just like, bro, be happy. Like
this nigga can't even be asked correctly. This is insane. Nah, but I'm saying like that's what I really was saying. Like that was the number 1 bet of the night, which means not only him, other niggas were putting a whole bunch of bets on Jontay Porter under.
If you're betting on, call that number. If you're betting on Jontay Porter, call that number.
No, but I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. Like it's bigger than him. Like whatever is happening, there was just a group conglomerate of just like, okay, like Jontay, hey, this is the bet right here. Like we got the fix. The fix is in. Like, and now we was talking about this on text message. I was just like, they going investigate MPJ off the strip.
The thing I like about MPJ though, like if MPJ is gonna bet, he gonna bet on all his overs. Like he's just that type of nigga.
He gonna bet on his shot attempts.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put up 15 of these bitches.
He gonna put up 15 of them bitches.
He gonna throw 15 of them bitches up.
I ain't mad at that. Bet on your overs and hitting. I'm not mad at that. You believed in yourself.
Low key a flex, but but I will say this: he does get small brownie points from me from this standpoint. The nigga did go big. We out here talking about 20K, 80K, and turning it into 1.5 million when your contract is about what? He's a 10-day contract ass dude, so it's like $400,000 a year, 80,000 guaranteed. These other niggas in the NFL, y'all niggas was getting caught up with $1,000, $1,200 chump change. That was what was pissing me off, because you a millionaire. You trying to make these little small petty ass bets and getting suspended for seasons upon seasons. If you gonna do this,
go big or go home.
Go Jontay Porter route, my nigga. I'm sorry, I can't even hate on the nigga that just like, okay, I need some money, and I'm tired of asking my brother.
Yeah, because MPJ got like what 250 or something. He got something crazy.
Yeah, that nigga going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga not stopping anytime soon. They all got bad injuries. That nigga, I was looking up him. They all went to Mizzou, and I was like, damn, all this talent in Mizzou, y'all niggas is still ass. Fuck.
I think their dad was a coach or something like that.
Yeah, I'm saying all this goddamn talent in the school is ass. Never in the March Madness tournament. He tore his ACL. I think his first year he got there or something like that. So that's just an injury-prone family.
Yeah.
So
like the Ball brothers.
Yeah, but like this one feels like a lot more serious though. Like that nigga Michael Porter Jr. had a bad back.
Lonzo can't run. Like,
I mean, it's just one. Like LaMelo
hurt. He's out the season. LaMelo out the rest of the season now.
Yeah, but you know what that means though. Like their team is ass.
They've been ass for 4 years, bro. Yeah. Ever since he been there, like they haven't improved, bro.
You said ass for 4 years. When have they been good?
Kemba days.
And what was that? When the last time they made the playoffs?
I think Kemba days, honestly.
Since their name was the Bobcats, yeah, probably 2012.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We talking about Sacramento Kings territory now, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, the Hornets, I don't know. They need to do something. They need to move that franchise or something. They got some bad juju.
No, they tried to do it. They tried to rebrand. They went from the Bobcats to the Hornets. It still didn't work.
No,
the jerseys are better, but
the stench is on them forever.
That commentator can only do so much, bro.
Imagine if he was a commentator for a good team, like.
Oh shit! Imagine
if he was commentating for the Thunder. Like yesterday, when Isaiah Joe murdered Jeff Green. Imagine that. No, I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know Isaiah Joe.
I didn't know he had that in him either, bro.
Like I was watching that and I was like I thought he was gonna pass it back to Dort, and then like he jumped and I was like, oh, he's doing this, and I was like, oh, he's doing this.
I was like, oh, I was like, fuck, okay, it's gonna be one of these games. I was like, Jalen, please turn up, because this is you got Isaiah Joe Duncan. Now imagine this nigga with the Timberwolves and having to deal with Anthony Edwards.
When Anthony Edwards dunked on John,
that nigga would have had an aneurysm. Would have had an aneurysm because that's crazy. Oh shit! But yeah, to get back on topic with Jontay, realistically, where does this go? Like, where do you go from here?
As far as like the NBA,
I'll say for the NBA and the Toronto Raptors as a team. like
if it's found out that he did like gamble and this, that, and the third, then he's for sure going to be like, but even suspended or kicked out.
Even if he didn't gamble, he told somebody.
What do you mean?
Like even if he personally didn't gamble.
Oh, you're saying he's telling somebody.
Because who the fuck is out here just doing a whole bunch of Jontay Porter bets? He told somebody something, or he's connected with something. He threw something through that game or did something for you to just my eye. You couldn't just be asked like a regular human being. Just
Like
be
if I'm the Raptors, like I don't know if you obviously you can't be on the team no more. Like even if it's found out that he didn't really do nothing wrong, I feel like you still couldn't be on the team, bro. Because like you're not that like the Raptors aren't good, but he's also not good. He's not really helping
he a
them.
10-day. He a 10-day
And like
nigga.
yeah, I don't know, but
I don't even know this nigga's position.
that's true.
I don't know, but whatever it is, you got what? Scott. The only people that's safe is Scotty Barnes. Literally, that is the only nigga that's safe from this rebuild. And that nigga is treading waters. How old that nigga? He treading the waters too.
He's still young. I think he's like 22.
2 more years. 2 more years, buddy. This is not the NFL. I'm gonna let you know that right now, nigga.
But moving on from one gambling addict to another, like we talked about this last week, and like we were making jokes, but I think there's some deeper, darker secret going on. We're referring to the whole Shohei Ohtani gambling scandal. It was alleged that first it was like they said his translator stole money from him to like cover, or first they said he loaned $4.5 million to his translator so his translator could cover the gambling debt. Right. And then it came out that, oh no, my interpreter, he stole this money from me and this is a theft and blah, blah, blah. But then you see pictures and videos of them like on the sideline and at the bullpen just ha ha ha, kiki, having like the best time of their lives. Like he didn't take $4.5 million from him. Like they're still close friends. They still with each other all the time. Something like we were making jokes on the like, oh man, this interpreter is crazy, but like maybe he's just taking the fall for Shohei. Maybe Shohei has a gambling problem.
Hey, you know what I told you, bro. You know exactly what I told you. That nigga is not Jesus. He is not that forgiving. I'll let y'all niggas know right now. I think that nigga Shohei is lying. You already told me. You the first one. He don't even need a translator. The nigga doesn't speak English.
Shohei Ohtani knows how to speak English. He can do it fluently and do it perfectly fine. He does not need a translator.
I feel like that nigga troll every day. He should have been on that press conference and started speaking Spanish a little bit, just to fuck some shit up. Just to mix it up a little bit. But and let's be honest. Most I'm not even trying to be stereotypical, but I'm sorry. Like most Asian people,
oh my goodness,
they know how to speak more than one language. Like when they come to America, most of the time, you rarely see them just like, yo, like I can't speak it, and I've been here for years and I can't speak it. That nigga been here since 2017, 2018. He can speak some English. Şengün came up here from Turkey, couldn't speak a lick of English. He got rid of his translator 6 months in. 6 months in. And I ain't gonna lie, like, you know enough where you don't need a translator. I know you know enough. I think that nigga's fluent with it. I think he came in here.
So he is like there's I don't know if I sent it to you or if I just saw it on Twitter, but like he's giving like a speech or whatever and it's in English. And I'm like, he knows he can do this. He just doesn't want to. Which low key, I get it, but still, like, no, bro, you don't need this translator, especially if he's stealing money.
Absolutely.
But I don't think he's stealing money anymore. I think Shohei is just a gambling addict who is very bad at it.
That's what happens when you give niggas money.
I also think that the MLB
knew.
Yeah, I think they knew, and they're trying to sweep this under the rug a little bit because, like,
why are ESPN reporters?
Yeah,
the first niggas to cover this.
Because like the money or whatever that the wire transfer, it was in Shohei's name. Like the MLB for sure knew about that because you can't not if ESPN reporters can find it, the MLB knew about it 1,000%. I think they're trying to sweep this under the rug because he is their best player and he is like I know there's a lot of fans are already or MLB fans already in Japan, but like Shohei sort of makes it. He's like their new icon. I don't know. I mean, I guess he could be like their LeBron type because
yeah,
he's literally that good. Like
low-key bigger. I think it's like MJ level. Like when it comes to like just influence.
So that's in like with Michael Jordan, there was allegedly like he did his whole gambling thing, and that's when he left the NBA. We don't know if that's like that's never been officially confirmed, but like we've seen leagues do stuff like this, and I think the MLB they're trying to sweep it under the rug. And like another thing that's sort of crazy or fishy around this whole thing, like when you look up the biography of the translator, his name is Ipe or something like that. He put that he went to UCLA or UC Berkeley or something like that. None of that even happened. Like he's never been enrolled in any of these schools. Like there's just lies surrounding him. Like I don't know. It's very fishy. And Shohei did that shit.
Shohei definitely did that shit. Like for me, I don't even really think it's a discussion for real. It's just like how do you want to move after this? Because it's just like I think it started as early, or they're quoting it as, okay, this guy met this gamble, private betting, whatever, in 2021 at a random poker site or whatever. I'm letting you know right now. My light bulb clicked whenever the NBA clicked. If that nigga name was Jontay Porter, this would have been done years ago. This shit would have been... That nigga would have been out the league literally last year. One calendar year. For the MLB to be like, we didn't know anything about this. Really? You didn't?
Just a little fishy.
The same MLB that doesn't acknowledge Barry Bonds for cheating. Y'all know everything. Y'all know every substance. Y'all know every serial number. But y'all don't know.
I don't even think Barry Bonds ever actually tested positive either.
He never did. But you know how that go. You know how that shit go. Y'all are over precautious. But all of a sudden, you see Shohei Ohtani on wire transfers, and you just, probably send it to family. I don't know. Loan? I don't know.
It's a little fishy, MLB. Just a little fishy. We're watching you, and we're watching you too, Shohei. More will definitely be revealed.
Shohei will definitely get away with this, though.
Oh, 1,000%.
And even if they catch that nigga red-handed, he will have the lightest sentence ever in MLB history.
Like
I literally need this nigga to push the sport.
The only way he'll like get in serious trouble is if he's betting on MLB games. And if he was, we would have known by now.
Oh, we definitely would have known.
Like that would have been the first thing to come out. So he's probably just gambling on like other sports things.
Yeah, they were saying college football. I'm like, you don't know shit about Michael Penix, nigga. Stop it. Yo, dumbass. JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, so
Arch Manning.
Nah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But speaking of JJ McCarthy, we have to get into our NFL topics. And I am absolutely sick. Like personally, I don't care about JJ McCarthy. Like either way, something goes. But there's rumors that he is going number 2 overall to the Washington Commanders, which is absolutely insane because what? And there were rumors at first, and I was like, oh, there's no way this is true. Until I saw an interview by some people from the Commanders, and this is what they had to say about JJ McCarthy. Turn the volume.
It's been really interesting because everybody's always trying to figure out, especially at the top of the draft, what the other teams are doing. When I've had conversations here with executives for other teams who know Adam Peters well, know the situation well, the most popular answer for what they do at number 2 is JJ McCarthy. It's been really interesting because everybody...
Now, Adam Peters, he works for the Commanders, and they're saying they're going to draft JJ McCarthy number 2 overall. And this shouldn't happen because just in the words of Kendrick Lamar, nigga's a bum, bro. He's not him. He's not he's no. 2 overall is insane. I don't even think he's the 4th best quarterback because I think Penix is. But
it's Caleb, Drake May,
Daniels, and Michael Penix, who despite having like 5 knee surgeries, he just ran a 4.5 40-yard dash and he has a 38-inch vertical. Like, still amazing athlete at quarterback and everything, despite all the injuries. Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe this is NFL draft smokescreen season, but this is ridiculous.
I think it is smokescreen. I think they're trying to get somebody to like bite so they can trade up to go get them or, grab some draft picks. I just don't believe that they really feel this way. It's giving me Will Levis vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of niggas swore up and down that nigga was gonna be in the top 5 bucket. That nigga was in the green room by himself by the end of the night.
I'm getting Kenny Pickett from this situation.
That can be a true statement too. And I'll say this because Bomani Jones made a great point. If that nigga was really number 2, there'd be arguments for him going number 1, and nobody's having that argument. If he was really number 2, niggas will force the issue and be, even if it didn't make sense, it'd be like, shit, JJ over Caleb, who's gonna have a better career?
Because they're doing that now with like Drake May and Jaden Daniels. People are like, oh, maybe they should go 1. But
And
like,
nobody's doing that with JJ, my nigga.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So I was like, yo, once I heard Bomani say that, I was like, you know what? It's an excellent point, actually. That nigga was talking about a whole bunch of other shit that made. But when he was talking about this, I was like, okay, this is the Bomani I remember, brother. I ain't this nigga's cooking. So yeah, I think it's a smoke screen. I'm not buying none of this shit. I'm not buying it until it actually happens, and then we will be on the next podcast talking about how stupid that shit was.
He's not finna no.
Yeah.
But then another thing though, I think this is partially a smoke screen, but I don't think it's a smoke screen on behalf of the Commanders. I think it is a smoke screen from none other than Jim Harbaugh, who was McCarthy's college coach, because Harbaugh, he's now the coach of the Chargers, who have the number 5 pick. And
there's no way you think this.
Walk with me. Okay. Harbaugh, the Chargers have they have the 5 or 6. I cannot remember at the moment.
Right.
But ever since the college season ended and Harbaugh took the job with the Chargers, he's been like, oh, JJ McCarthy, he's so good. He's blah, blah, blah. He's this, that, and he's talking him up to everybody. And now everybody's starting to come around, as you can see. I think he's doing this. So the Cardinals, they have the 4th pick. They don't need a quarterback. They already have Kyler Murray. So if the Cardinals don't take a quarterback, somebody's probably going to want to trade up with the Cardinals. And they're going to take J.J. McCarthy at 4. Somebody like the Vikings or the Broncos or the Raiders even. They trade up, take McCarthy at 4, and then leave the Chargers at 5 to pick no one other than Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors or one of the top receivers. I think that's what they're trying to do because they don't have Keenan Allen no more. They don't have Mike Williams no more. They just have Quentin Johnson, he can't really catch. So them getting Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors to drop to them would work out perfectly for them. And I think that's what they're trying to do. I can see that happen.
You raised a good point. Definitely was a little nervous when you first said that. But once you said it like that, I'm like, I can see that. Because regardless, they're gonna get a good wide receiver. Because I think it's gonna be a nice little decent size. But I will say, if I'm the Cardinals, it better be a good trade-off because me personally, I would want Marvin Harrison Jr. And it would take a little. It would take something. It would take a lot for me to kind of move off that pick.
Yeah,
because I would love to pair Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison Jr. Shit, that nigga Marvin Harrison can go literally anywhere and be productive.
Yeah, he's just that good.
He's just that good, which is rare when we talk about nepotism babies in the sport. So we'll see. That's all we can do is see. But I think it's all smoke screen. Top to bottom.
But to keep things on quarterbacks in college football, we have to talk about none other than Caleb Williams, who people are upset with Caleb Williams because he is eccentric, I guess could be the word for it.
Yeah, say it.
He was at the USC game two nights ago, in the USC Women's March Madness game, and he was there, and he had Caleb Williams, as you guys know, he paints his nails, so he had the pink nail polish on with the pink phone case, and they said it was lip gloss. I think it was just like normal like lip chap or whatever, but like
OD. They OD. They said it lip gloss.
Yeah, they said it was, I was like, that's not lip gloss, bro.
They forcing.
And now people are not even now, but people have always been hating on Caleb Williams. Even he did that GQ cover where he was wearing a dress, which is I don't even think it was a dress. It was just like a long skirt, but even then that's still sort of strange. But how do you feel about like this new generation of like, I guess athletes coming? Because they're saying like it's just the Gen Z athletes. Because you got who was it from Duke? Jared McCain, who be painting his nails and doing the TikToks and all that, even though he's super cold and people just been. How do you feel about this new generation of athletes?
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if Chicago's ready for Caleb Williams. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
As a personality, you know how O-Block get down.
Cause Chicago, like even outside of like the black people in Chicago's like one of them cold, rough and tough cities. You gotta make it and blah blah blah. So like, it's gonna be he won't have an issue adjusting to Chicago because he's a millionaire. He's gonna be perfectly fine. But all of them, even though the best quarterback in franchise history was Jay Cutler, like. I think it's still going to take some time for them to adjust because he's a California kid. He's a little weird.
Yeah, and you still got Justin Fields stands talking on some. They didn't do my nigga right, and
they didn't.
They didn't. True. It's like and he a man's man. You know how they be. Let's keep it a bean. So hopefully he gonna be able to be good and not necessarily the ceiling or like the best case scenario is he has a CJ Stroud type of rookie season, and that's asking a lot.
I don't think this is gonna happen. Just off the strength of he played for the Chicago Bears, but even though they did good in the offseason, he still played for the Bears.
He does have weapons, and they did end up winning 7 games this year. Now, what can't happen is you win 7 games, and then this next year you win about 5 or 4.
Especially because the team should be better this year.
Them slurs will be flying. I'm sorry to tell you. Yeah. You thought shit was getting crazy now. Letting you know right now. They will let that bitch fly. Unapologetically, actually. It's too cold.
They've already started. He's not even drafted yet. They called him the LGBTQB1 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Y'all getting creative.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was funny, but still.
Yeah, they're bad. It's just
people making a big deal out of nothing, bro. It's just, is it weird? Yeah, but like, it's just as long as he can throw the football, that's all that matters.
Nah, man, pink used to be like a thing that was in style for a little minute. You know, Cameron was making that shit low. I don't know, man. Maybe the nails really be doing it for people. And I ain't got to worry about it. Man.
Keeping it on the NFL, the NFL owners meeting happened was this week or a little bit last week, maybe. Since the last time we podcasted, the owners meeting had happened.
Right.
And they have implemented a number of rule changes. At first, I thought it was only like 2 or 3 things. It's like 5.
Right.
And they sort of cooked with some of them. Now, the biggest or the easiest changes to talk about, they've sort of expanded review capabilities for the refs now. So you can review whether a passer was down by contact or out of bounds before throwing a pass. That's a reviewable play now. There's a replay review when it's clear and obvious that the game clock expired before the snap. You can also quickly review roughing the passer calls, intentional grounding calls and if they messed up, they can be like, hey, you know what, we messed up. That call doesn't count. So those are easy, quick changes that happened, and I'm cool with them. So, how do you feel about those?
I'm not against any of that. I think that we kind of got a little nervous when they started doing the hip drop, which is still crazy. Like, it's still like but it does seem like they definitely got in the lab and was like, okay, well, we're gonna try to do everything we can to make this game a better product. And they did right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't have if I had to grade all of their rule changes, I would put it still in the 80% tile. 80 and up.
There's also some more rule changes that happened. The coaches challenge, teams will now be awarded a 3rd challenge if they're successful on at least one of the first 2 challenges they have, which I like that rule. Because honestly, I feel like if I don't get a challenge wrong, I should keep getting challenges until I get them wrong.
You know, I think they should expound on that rule though.
What do you mean?
Like, I think if a coach is able to, prove that you're wrong twice in the same game and you're rewarded it 3 times, hey, yo, something got to happen to that ref. You gotta
get fined or something.
Something got to get fined. Something has to happen. Like,
hey,
we not shrugging shoulders after 2 correct calls, my nigga. Because that nigga don't ref for a living. He coaches for a living. He's doing your job better than you.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Something has to happen. They gotta do how they did that nigga in Chattanooga. I didn't even tell you about that one. I think I screenshotted it to you. It was in March Madness. I think it was for the women. They pulled a ref mid game.
Oh no, I did see that because
they suspected that nigga had a degree in a Chattanooga degree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They gotta start yanking refs like mid game, doing something.
Pulling refs mid game is crazy. But another change that happened, they did unfortunately ban the hip drop tackle, which I don't agree with it because it's not a real thing. It's just a tackle, bro. Stop being stupid. But it is what it is, whatever. It's now a penalty. It costs you 15 yards. That change is stupid, whatever. Another change they made, they pushed the trade deadline back, which is something we've been preaching and hoping to happen.
Absolutely. But
they pushed it back 1 week to week 9. So it's like, I guess it was a good thing.
Progress. Maybe by the time we get to 2030, we'll get the right one. We'll get it to week 11 or week 12 where it needs to be.
Man, we'll see. And then the other change that happened, I found the video of it because I can't even explain it properly.
Okay.
But they changed the NFL kickoff.
Oh, yes, sir.
And now, as part of that change, one of the things that, as a result of the change, is there's no more surprise onside kick. So now you have to declare when you're doing an onside, which sucks. But let me share my screen so you guys can listen to somebody explain this kickoff thing because it's very...
Owners just approved the NFL hybrid kick rule per sources after years of tweaks turned one of the game's most exciting moments into a dead ceremonial play. The league hopes this overhaul will yield what it wants, fewer injuries and more returns. Pelissero went on to say the new rule is in place on a 1-year trial basis, so they'll give it a shot. It will be subject to renewal in 2025. Under the new hybrid rule, the kickoff spot won't change. However, the touchback location will change depending where the ball lands. If the ball sails into or beyond the end zone, the receiving team will begin at its own 30-yard line. If the ball lands on the field of play and bounces into the end zone for a touchback, the receiving team will start on its 20. If the ball lands in the field of play and doesn't reach the end zone, there is no fair catch or touchback option. The new kickoff rule eliminates one key aspect. The surprise onside kick is now dead. Teams must declare their intention to do an onside kick if they want to attempt it.
Now, that rule is very, very, very weird. I ain't like it because just off the strength of, I saw like images of it being used in the XFL and it just looked really, really Chris Broussard-ish. So I was like, yeah, this is stupid. But Greg was like, oh no, it's a great rule. And against my better judgment, he might have convinced me a little bit. I don't know. But how do you feel about this rule, Greg?
I just think, look, I'm not going to sit here and argue that it doesn't look Chris Broussard-ish because it's different than what we're used to for decades, half centuries, whatever. But I was just like, after really seeing it for real, I was just like, for Jax to tell me how important kickoffs is, he should really like this rule if it's planned out correctly, because it's really forcing you to run that bitch out for real. It's forcing you to like, hey yo, we need a returns. We want to see niggas do this shit for real instead of just always calling a touchback. I'm tired of seeing niggas in the end zone hit me with the. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of opening kickoffs just. It's back in the end zone. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So, hey man, look, we got. It's definitely going to have people look at special teams a little different. They're gonna be drafting different. I think kickers
gonna have to tackle. I feel like because if they get past that first line, you're gonna need a kicker that can tackle.
You're gonna need a kicker that can tackle, and you're gonna need a kicker that can be pinpoint accurate like a punter when it's time to do certain things. for some people, like imagine giving Pat Mahomes at the 45 because the kick just bounced away. You just wasn't expecting it to bounce for real. That's crucial. You need niggas really on their P's and Q's for real. It's different. If it's executed the way I think it's going to be executed, I think we're going to look back at this and be like, it still look like Chris Broussard. But I don't mind watching it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got to see it in effect on a National Football League field.
And plus, like, most onside kicks don't even like really happen for real. Like,
yeah, but one thing, like,
the surprise.
I feel like since the surprise onside kick, they're taking that out, and now you got to like declare you're doing the onside kick. I think they're eventually gonna do away with onside kicks and do that stupid 4th and 25 thing or whatever.
Yeah, that shit go hard. I don't care what you say.
I think that's so stupid.
I think that is so
stupid.
Sorry, bro. Nigga. I'm so sorry.
I hate that so much. I think that's so.
Oh, that was so hard.
I think I almost said it again. I think that word. I think that's so stupid, bro.
Yo, I'm sorry. Hey, we gonna have to agree to disagree because I felt, that shit was going crazy in the XFL. I was fucking with that.
I truly, NFL, please. I hope y'all don't pass that rule. I think it's so stupid.
Hey, pass that motherfucker if you want to.
Please.
I'm gonna be here for it. 4th and 25? Nah, give me that. Man. I need that. Inject that to my veins, nigga. I don't care.
I hate that so much. I hate that so much. But man, whatever, dog. It is what it is. Yeah. And it is about that time.
The moment we've been waiting for?
It's time for our hot takes. Now, I have to even though I hate doing this, because I told Greg you got to stop prefacing your hot takes. But I'm going to do it because this isn't even really a hot take. It's just like all right, bro. It's just an observation of the things I've seen. And I just need to, since I have a platform, I want to speak on it.
They don't hate. They hate us.
Yes, but my quote unquote hot take is, whatever they say he did that shit, bro. Whatever they say he did, he did it, bro. Every single thing he's been accused of, he did all of it. I didn't read all of the court documents because it's like 73 pages, but I read like a good like 15, 20. And this man is one. I always knew he was a little weird because he was a grown man and he wanted people to call him Puff Daddy. And then he just continually changed his name to like Puffy and Diddy and Brother Love. Just like, no, he's being weird, bro. Don't call yourself Brother Love around me. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But if y'all didn't know, just Google Diddy, Google Sean Combs, Google Puff Daddy, whatever. He's on the run from authorities because they raided like his house for it was Homeland Security raided his house because of like I believe they're charging him with sex trafficking and they arrested like 2 of his sons. Like Diddy, he ran away on his private jet and he's like in some island in the Caribbean. Like this is some movie shit. Like this is some movie shit. And
they did have video evidence of him in Miami looking very stressed.
Yeah.
So that was near his second. Looking very stressed. I think he's still running or whatever. He is on the run. This is a crazy thing. His kids in the first.
He left his kids in the house to get like his kids got arrested in the raid.
One of the homes is in his daughter's name. I was like, yeah, you're definitely hiding. You're hiding. You're hiding something. That's crazy. Whatever May said he did, he did it.
Like he got like when I read that, like they said he blew up Kid Cudi's car because he thought like his Kid Cudi like hit on Cassie when they was together or something like that. So he blew up his car. Like that's when I was like, oh, this is like because imagine you go outside and you just see your car blow up. Like that's
or just see it in real time. Just like
that's a move. Like that doesn't happen in real life, bro. Like I couldn't imagine like a car bomb. What? Y'all gonna make me get upset with Fast and Furious.
So I used to tell them niggas all the time that shit was not real. But y'all out here doing that kind of shit in real life? This nigga has too much power, man. Too much money.
Yeah, so whatever he's been accused of, like car bombs, sexual assault, sex trafficking, murder, because they say he killed Biggie and two. I believe he did all that, bro. He's guilty, bro. He did that. He's guilty. He did that shit.
Damn. It really begs the question. Was Suge Knight really wrong? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's worse? Suge Knight or P. Diddy?
I feel like
I'm calling a nigga Sean Combs from now on, bro. I'm not
Suge Knight or Sean.
Suge Knight or Sean?
Ooh, that's
who's worse.
Like Suge, it's Sean. It's because he has more power. He's a billionaire. Like Suge Knight, he's probably like a more intimidating presence, and like he's more likely to like beat you up and all that. But like Diddy's more likely to like steal your money from the record that made you sold 1 million copies, and also get you hooked on drugs and also sexually assault. Like so it's Diddy. He's like R. Kelly, but a literate version of R. Kelly.
He was like, yeah, he's like R. Kelly, but he's Sean.
Yeah.
Sean is his own nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. We don't even have to compare Sean, really. Sean is Sean.
Nah, yeah. So yeah, that's my hot take. Diddy did that shit. He did everything. He did everything he said.
Fuck Sean John. Fuck Ciroc. Fuck all that.
Bro, I think didn't he sell his stake and all his shit now?
Yeah, he's selling everything.
Yeah, like he's on the run. Like you only did that if you're guilty. So he did everything. He did that shit.
He did that shit crazy, bro. Great hot take, actually.
Young Miami did that shit too.
You heard about that pink cocaine shit?
Where were you the first time you saw cocaine?
Due to me not trying to out nobody, I'm just gonna respectfully just
I'm gonna end my turn.
End my turn and not talk about my experience of when I first saw that shit. I'm gonna talk to the nigga about that. Hey, remember that time? Remember that time? That party was crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nah, bro. The first time I saw coke, I think I was like, it was freshman year, college party. And like I went with my homie Jalen. And it was like one of them white people parties because Jalen, he unfortunately was in the sunken place. But he was like the only person I knew. So we went to that hoe.
He's still in a sunken place?
I hope he's doing fine. I think he had like a mental breakdown or something. I have no idea. He started getting like head tattoos. I don't know. He's like crazy. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, we went to the party or whatever, and like I think he was talking to some white girl, and I was like, yeah, she's ugly. I'm just gonna go ahead and sit this one out, buddy. So I went to I found like a bench or whatever, and I like sat down. There was like these two white dudes next to me. I was just chilling or whatever, just bored. I like looked over and I looked back, and then I looked over again. And I was like, what is this on this seat right next to me? I just seemed like a white. I was like, I don't need to be here anymore. So I just left. I was like, if I'm ever anywhere and I see that, like, that just lets me know it's not somewhere I need to be, bro.
Nah, it's funny because I know your facial reactions now. Like I already knew before whatever happened. I already knew what kind of face you made when you saw it,
bro. I was just like, what do we? This is what we do. Like,
welcome to college. I don't know.
Nah, bro. I just never. So yeah.
My hot take. This is going to be my first sports hot take in quite some time because I've been non-sporty these last couple of times. But 2024, it is officially the first year where Anthony Bennett is no longer within the decade of being drafted. This is a new, fresh 10 years. It's been more than a decade since Anthony Bennett got drafted in 2013. So, in honor of that, I would like to crown the new worst player for worst number one pick within the last 10 years. And my hot take is that it is DeAndre Ayton. If I go band for band and go down the number one pick,
like, do you have to?
I do.
Okay.
And this is not a clear cut thing. People can disagree. I'm not saying it's clear. Like Anthony Bennett, that was a clear. It's not going to be a clear. I'm telling you that right now. But we're going to go down the line.
Okay. Because this could be, you could be right. You might be right. I don't know.
There are debatables. It just kind of depends on what you like, what you dislike. 2023 Victor Wembanyama. He's
the number one bust. Horrible. Worst player ever in the NBA.
Absolutely, right? Shingun dropped that nigga off, right? 2022 Paulo Banchero.
Good. Paulo's objectively great. So
2021 Cade Cunningham.
Cade's still good.
2020 Anthony Edwards. We don't even have to discuss that one.
John Collins thinks he's horrible, but everybody else.
2019 Zion Williamson. That nigga's out there.
He's been hooping now. He's been hooping now.
You know who 2018 is, so we skip him. 2017.
Oh, Ayton.
Ayton is 2018. 2017, this is where it gets debatable. Markelle Fultz. It gets debatable.
Okay.
It gets debatable right there. 2016, Ben Simmons. That can be debatable. I just believe that Ben Simmons' peak was higher than DeAndre peak as a basketball player, which is why I would choose him over him. 2015, I already know how you feel about this nigga. Karl Anthony Towns. I'm still picking Karl Anthony Towns over this nigga. I do not care. Name me another nigga that can drop 60 twice. He's not. Aiden's not better than that nigga. I'm sorry.
Aiden, you're correct. You're correct.
And then finally, 2014, another debatable Andrew Wiggins. But Golden State kind of revived that nigga's career low.
Yeah. If Wiggins never went to Golden State, he might.
That would be the one. So out of all of those, really, the argument really is probably Markelle.
It's like that Ben Simmons, Markelle, and Ayton, like that run right there. Because, like, when Ben Simmons was good, like, Ben Simmons was not a bust until, like
2019.
I'm even
2021.
Like, so does that might not even count as a bust anymore? Because, like, he was good. Like, he was everything we thought he was. Then he just got hurt.
Yeah, we always kept talking about he was a jump shot away from being LeBron James. He just never did decide to hit the jump shot.
Yeah, but so I wouldn't classify Ben Simmons as a bust. He just ended up getting hurt. But the Markelle Fultz thing, that's a little tricky because Fultz, he's bounced back. Fultz is good now, or he's solid now, but he's never what we expected him to be. But he also had like a crazy injury before, which is the whole reason.
Exactly. Had a crazy injury before. He bounced back. And to this day is a more productive player than DeAndre Ayton is currently.
Yeah, so I think,
and it's just like, I trust that nigga Markelle Fultz's motor than I do DeAndre Ayton. This nigga's motor is horrible. Horrible engine. Check engine like always on.
Yeah.
Nigga finding excuses to sleep on air mattresses, get stuck in his own house for basketball games, cussing out Monty Williams before it was popular.
I was like, hold on, but before it was popular, yeah.
Before it was popular, I don't know. That's my hot take. I feel like he has been the worst number one overall draft pick within the last decade. I will stand on it, but it's not. It is definitely debatable, though. It's not clear cut.
There is still he could still end up the Andrew Wiggins route because he's like DeAndre Ayton still has a whole lot of talent. He's just
how old is this guy? I want to know. I'm about to look this nigga up now.
I think he's probably like 20. He's the same age as Lucas, so like 25ish maybe.
Yeah, he's 25. He'll turn 26 this year. He'll turn 26 in July.
Is that he's already past the age we said, right?
This is
when did Wiggins go to the Warriors though? Because he got good later too.
He went. What age did he go? That's a good.
We gotta find that.
But he's been with the Warriors for 6 years. I did not know that. It's been that long. It's been that long, bro. It felt like 2 or 3.
6 is crazy. Dang. He went to Golden State in 2019-2020 season.
2019.
And he was born in 95, so he was 24 when it happened.
But
low key, like
no. Wait, he got traded at the age of 23 though, and he had a birthday 2 weeks later. Low key, if we go in the semantics route, because that trade deadline's in February, so he technically was a 23-year-old on the cusp. Hey, look, he was on the cusp,
but he made it out, and then he beat it out. Low key, that theory, the fact this theory is still holding this strong is crazy.
24. I'm telling you, my nigga, you are who you are at the age of 24. That nigga, by the hair of his chinny chin chin, got up out of there before the age of 24. Look,
you said in Aiden 25, right?
You said what?
You said Aiden is 25.
Aiden is 25. That nigga who he is, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. So he's
it's over.
He's finna turn 26.
It's Jover, nigga.
Oh man, DeAndre.
He what? A year and a half younger than Cat. And we know who Cat is. We knew who Cat was at 25. 26.
Dang. He was close. He was close.
He was on the rise.
I'm gonna keep it to being like last year he was a good he averaged 18 and 10 last year. Like,
bro, his lack of a motor is keeping this nigga out of.
Like, he should clear cut be like one of the top 5 centers in the NBA, but
he was one of the safest. Like, he was declared the safe pick in 2018. You know what you're getting out of DeAndre Ayton when you draft him. That's why you draft him. You didn't know how Luka was going to turn out, but you knew DeAndre Ayton game was going to translate. It's off. It's off the court shit, man.
Bro, if the Suns would have made any other pick, or aside from Marvin Bagley, but if they would have got Luka, perfect. Trae Young, perfect. Jaren Jackson, perfect.
Oh, that would have been great. Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
Literally, if DeAndre Ayton just locked in, he's not a bad.
He's the only one stopping himself from being great. He just hasn't locked in, bro. Just like
it's not even because of a lack of talent. It's just zero effort. Nah. If I had to do a redraft, he would be the last pick of the number 1 overall picks of the last 10 years.
Yeah. Who would be the best number 1 overall pick of the last 10? Would you say Wemby or Ant?
Fuck. Low key, I'll probably have to go Wemby by default, but like Ant right there.
Yeah. And Paolo as well. Because Paolo's like LeBron, or he played like LeBron. He's like
it's like a LeBron Melo. It's like a LeBron Melo combo.
Like the best version of Paolo will only be like 60% of LeBron, and that sounds like an insult, but 60% of LeBron is amazing. Like that's a Hall of Fame player, 60% of LeBron. So
it's like when them real ball knowers are like, yeah, like Paolo was like the J.R. Smith of LeBron James's. Like, nigga, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
but this is weird. Yeah, I feel
Paolo he'd be like the what of LeBron James's, like Paul George of LeBron James's.
Low key, I could see it, but he don't have no major injury either. So like, I would probably do like Jason Tatum of LeBron James's.
I think maybe so. Jason Tatum. No, I think it'd be too good to be the Jason Tatum. No, the Jason Tatum of LeBron James's would be too good. I think.
You're right. Damn. So like, are you looking for like a Jimmy Butler of LeBron James's? Like he'll turn up in the playoffs for sure, but like
I don't know. We haven't seen Paolo in the playoffs though.
Right. Damn.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at these 10. I'm looking at the top 10. Who's high on this list? Paulo's pretty high. Hey, Zion's making a case for him being pretty still high on this list. Yeah, and then probably Karl Anthony Towns, then Markelle. I think the real issue, because I feel like everything is self-explanatory except for Cade Cunningham. I do not know where to put this nigga, if I'm being honest. He's not the worst, but he's definitely not the best number 1. Like, not of the.
I can't tell how good he fully is because he's just
with terrorists.
Drafted by the Pistons, bro. Like,
yeah, it's bad. I can't tell, bro.
I'd put Cade like in the middle of the pack,
Like
bro.
5, 6. Yeah. That's tough, man. That's crazy. Any last words, Jax?
Good episode, man. Like I always say, if you want to change your life, please do some life-changing shit, whatever that may be.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Keep commenting the positivity, the negativity, all of the comments all around. My co-host may not read them, but I'm gonna read every last one of them. I'm sorry. I'll be bored.
I'll be starting.
It's so funny.
I read the ones where if our video goes big, I read those ones. Yeah.
Oh wait, so you read the YouTube ones?
No, I didn't read the YouTube ones. I didn't think about that. I only read like the TikTok. The TikTok comments be funny. I read the TikTok
ones. Hey, them TikTok ones be funny. This last YouTube one was funny.
I need to tap in because I know TikTok comments are always funny. And then I guess YouTube might be. I feel like you go like TikTok is the funniest comments, then maybe YouTube, then Twitter, then Instagram. Like just going off like social medias, like which comment has the funniest one.
But with that being said, man, y'all heard my mans. Like, comment, subscribe. Do some life changing shit. Leave us the fuck alone until next week, and go get some bad bitches. Not just any, the bad ones.